is there something like this for humans? Is there an equivalent to right-clicking an animal in Minecraft and activating love mode? Well, it's technically possible. Certain psychoactive substances, including MDMA, are being looked into to develop a sort of love potion. If this were given the green light, then we'd be able to manipulate the one thing that seems almost entirely out of human control: love. But should we? Well, I think we can all agree against the traditional depiction of a love potion, at least. The idea of someone being forced to take a love potion against their will and immediately becoming enamored with a stranger is nothing less than a dystopian nightmare. So, let's immediately tone down that idea, and also make it a little more realistic while we're at it. Imagine that, you're in a long-term relationship, but you're beginning to lose the spark. You guys have been through so much together and deeply care about each other, but for some reason things just don't seem to work out no matter what you do. But one day, your relationship counselor offers you a new option. You two seem like you really care, but there's just something preventing you guys from making progress. How about you take this sort of love potion? All it does is help reignite that sort of spark you've been missing. Would you take it? Before we continue, I think it's important to establish that in this hypothetical scenario, the potion is entirely safe and there will be no unintended side effects. Additionally, the potion is taken by choice and thus the effects of it are in no way forced. Despite that, I still feel like most people would be against it. I mean, love is known as the most sacred of all human emotions. Love, even in concept, is something borderline indescribable, despite the majority of people somehow intrinsically understanding what it is. Tampering with something so purely human and sacred like that would not only be going against our very human nature, but could also lead to a very slippery slope. After drinking that love potion, could the love between you and your partner even be considered entirely real at that point? However, it's not as if you didn't want things to get better. You tried everything, but your feelings just felt so empty, so distant, despite how you wanted more than anything to feel that love again towards that person you so desperately want to be with. Why is it not working? Why does everything seem so helpless? Well, it's because things just aren't that simple. Think about it. Have you ever wanted to like something? By that, I mean, have you ever tried to like something and failed? Have you ever been, say, in a situation where everyone in your friend group is really into a game for a long time, but you could just not get into it despite wishing you could? Wouldn't it be a lot easier if you could just like the game and have fun with them? Well, that's essentially a less extreme version of this same dilemma. That leads us to the sad truth. Your body, your genetics, they don't care about what makes you happy. Pleasure, joy, and love all appear to have evolved as adaptations to promote fitness rather than ends in themselves. Essentially, all your body cares about is getting the best mate for reproduction. Happiness to your own physical being is no more than a side effect, so it may not be natural, but it's up to you to decide if that matters or not. Mainly, what will really matter is how the potion is utilized as well as the intent behind it. You could use it as a tool to have a stronger motivation to discover possible hidden issues and form a closer bond with your partner until you don't need it anymore, rather than just using it to mask legitimate issues. I mean, without it, you may not be able to save your relationship, but maybe that's okay. You two might simply be incompatible, and taking this love potion could just be delaying the inevitable, or worst of all, trapping you in a relationship while you're instead destined to be with other people. The thing is, every relationship has rough spots, and you just need to work through it. Maybe we need to let life take its course, and if it fails despite all effort, then it was just never meant to be. In the end, the clear problem love potions ignore is the intrinsic value of love, while instead using it as a means to an end. I guess it's possible that we just focus too much on the good effects of being in love as opposed to the beauty of love in itself.